The proposal for a new oil pipeline through the BC wilderness and supertanker traffic down the coast is making waves again tonight. Environmentalists now concerned about the effects on endangered whale populations. And Deb has more about that in tonight's Insight. Deb.
Yes, Chris. This new concern is not just about possible oil spills from the proposed twin pipelines or from the supertankers. It's also about the noise. Those giant ships would leave Kitimat and head down the coast through waters that are now attracting humpback whales in numbers nearly 10 times what they were just a decade ago. The humpbacks are major vocalists and are thought to need a certain amount of acoustic quiet in which to communicate. John Daly has more.
Just back from touring the coast from Bella Bella to Prince Rupert, documentary filmmaker Damien Gillis was working for Pacific Wild, an organization worried about the Enbridge Pipeline from Alberta through the Stikine, the Great Bear Rainforest, ending in an oil tanker port at Kitimat, where Gillis found the humpback whales.
So this whale, we figured just by measuring up against our boat, was about 40 feet long, probably 30 tons,
Gillis says it's not just spilled oil his upcoming documentary warns about, it's the impact the tankers will have on the whales directly.
These tankers are up to 100 decibels in volume, and it really, these whales depend on their acoustic sensibilities to get around. That's how they relate to their environment. So once you start introducing that kind of noise, that really messes them up. And that's precisely why, according to Department of Fisheries and Oceans, he recognizes this is critical humpback habitat, and it's because of the quietness of it.
For its part, Enbridge says in an email, no one wants to see these beautiful creatures come to any harm. It promises a marine mammal protection plan to limit the effects of underwater noise. Yet it claims tanker noise is actually less than the noise from fast-moving propellers of smaller vessels. But tanker speeds will be reduced through the channel area anyway, and reduced even more May to November when whales are most active. Speeds will always be reduced when whales are observed, and a whale monitoring vessel will travel the route of tanker traffic 30 to 60 minutes before a tanker. And tanker speeds and courses will be adjusted to avoid whale areas. Enbridge even says remote detection techniques for humpback whales, such as acoustic monitoring or land-based radar, may also be used.
This is one of the last bastions, one of the last great places on the planet for fish and wildlife, and a place where you could live sustainably off the land and the water. And why would we ever dream of messing that up?
So beautiful. And here's a little bit more about humpback whales, which are still designated as threatened by the Committee on the Status of Endangered Wildlife. Males average 47 feet in length, females 49. Their weight ranges up to 45 tons, or more than 40,000 kilograms for metric fans. They eat everything from krill, some of the smallest animals in the sea, to huge schools of herring or mackerel. And this fact just adds to the concern about scaring off the whales with tanker traffic. They return to the same place to feed year after year. Scientists call that feeding fidelity. And that means that once they're gone, it is unlikely that the area will be repopulated anytime soon. And one final note for you, we have uploaded the raw video of the humpback whale on our website, globaltvbc.com, and it is right at the top of our homepage with the latest videos. Chris, that's tonight's Insight.